Hello everyone, this is Wendy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to do another tour of a room in my home, and this is going to be my final project that I did, and there's one thing left to do in there. I'll talk about that, but other than that it's completely done. And this is going to be my hallway bathroom. This is the main bathroom in the house aside from the ensuite in my master bedroom. So I'm just standing out in the hallway so I can give you a shot of the new door that I put on. This is just a 6-panel door from Menards, and this one was already primed, so I painted it and then of course put on the silver hardware. And the original door for this opened into the bathroom, which was very inconvenient because you're going to see this is a very narrow bathroom. And you can already see there's some beautiful shelves right there. So that was where the door would open into, and you couldn't see that stuff. And of course, I just wanted to flip it around, and it also gave you some more room when you're inside of the bathroom. So let's go in and take a look. And I'll insert a picture of the before. I don't have the remodeling video for that, unfortunately, but I will show you the before pic of this bathroom. This house was built in 1956, so it had all the original tile, and it wasn't pretty. I've been in other houses. I had another house where the original bathroom was pink tile with black, and it was pristine. It was gorgeous. Didn't want to change it. This one was yellow bathtub, yellow tiny little sink, yellow toilet, and really not attractive beige color of tile. So let's talk about what I did and give a tour. So I'm just going to show you this built-in cabinet. Now this was originally here in this bathroom. I did not rip this out because of course we all need some storage space, and it's not in the way. It's in a nice spot, and with the door opening out, it doesn't cause any issues. So the only thing I needed to do to it was I spruced it up with a coat of fresh white paint, and then there was no knobs on these drawers, so I put my cut glass crystal knobs on the drawers, and those came from Amazon, and I think those are still available. If they are, I will link them below in the description box. And then some architectural elements. These were actually here, which I was kind of surprised, seeing as how this house, everything inside looked like it was stuck back in the 70s. And I left those on there with that little chippy paint. I just thought those looked really, really cool. So I just taped them up, painted around them. And then all the plastic and the fiber baskets, those came from, of course, where else? TJ Maxx, one of my favorite stores. So I could store extra toiletries, little things like that, and then extra towels. And so, yes, I have lots of storage space in here that is now completely usable. So I'm just going to stand at the entrance so you get a nice view of what this bathroom looks like. Now I've got the lights on above the sink, and I'll switch that over in a sec so you can see what those look like without blinding you. And we're going to look at all the tiles. So see all the tile in here? And this is how they did it quite a bit back then. They put it halfway up the wall, and then of course they would tile the entire shower surround and the ceiling. And of course this was that ugly, pukey, tannish brown color. And to get that off the walls in here would have basically taken a lot of hard labor. So either chisel and hammer, and I tried that. Obviously was not working. It would have needed almost like a jackhammer, because back then what they did was they put like cement up on the wall, and then they put this stuff on the wall that looks just like chicken wire. I don't know, maybe it was chicken wire, and then they would put the tile up. So that crap ain't coming off, all right? And I did not want to deal with that. I was not about to hire out somebody to come in and charge me $5 grand just to demo all that tile. So I was thinking to myself, well, what can I do? And I, of course, knew I could paint this, but I didn't want to go through all of the insane prep work. Now, normally what you do is you'd have to sand the sheen off of the tiles. Then you'd have to put on a primer coat that's going to allow the regular paint to adhere to that. And then you'd have to seal it. And I just didn't feel like doing all of that. I wanted to just be able to throw on some deglosser, paint it, seal it, and be done with it. So there's this company that I buy paint from for my furniture projects. It's called Heirloom Traditions, all-in-one paint. It's absolutely fabulous. It's primer, paint, and top coat in one. And I got it in the color cashmere. I already had some on hand from a previous project, and so I just bought some extra. I did buy their deglosser. So what I did was I came in here with the deglosser, and it's very easy. You wipe it on, wipe it off, and it just gets the tile prepped for a painting. You do not need to sand. And then I did 3 coats a day apart just to make sure it completely dried of that paint in that beautiful cashmere. Look at that white. Isn't that just stunning? Okay. And then you do the acrylic, it's like the water-based whatever top coat, and you can get that from pretty much anywhere. I just bought theirs, and I did 1 coat, and I waited like 4 hours, did the second coat. I think you wait like 3, so I think it's like their mantra is like a 3-3-3, right? 3 coats, 3 hours, 3 days, or whatever. And then this has to cure for 30 days to be completely like solid and sturdy. And I think for me that just means the bathtub, because I'm just going to show you this really quick. This bathtub was that pukey yellow color. Now it probably wouldn't have been bad, but it was kind of discolored in the bottom, and it had some staining and stuff. I was able to scour that off with some Comet, but the rest of it just looked it just didn't look good. It looked very shoddy looking. So I was like, well, I'm going to paint the tub too. And I watched one of their little mini tutorials on YouTube, and the lady that owns the company, she's awesome, and she showed how to do it. And so the trick to not getting the brush strokes, obviously, is to paint it with the brush, and then you take one of those cheap foam rollers, not the fancy ones because they're too smooth. You want that really cheap foam roller, and you just roll it dry. And what that does after you've brushed it, that just gets rid of any brush strokes. So you get that beautiful smooth finish. Now see, look, isn't that gorgeous? See that? Okay. And this stuff is on here. You can't scratch it. You can't chip it off of there. And it's absolutely beautiful. So it looks like I have brand new white tile in here. It looks like I have a brand new bathtub. Okay. I left the original chrome fixtures because they weren't in bad condition. I mean, they're just a little bit pockmarked, but not bad. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave those. Kind of gives more character, I guess. Replaced the shower head. Okay, just the shower head on that, and then just got a toiletry holder. I think I got that from TJ Maxx, just to have something in there for that. And then the window in here, if you can see the window. Now the window is very old and it does leak air, so we had to do some stuff outside to kind of take care of that so the cold air wouldn't get in. But that's going to get replaced in the spring. That'll need a custom size because obviously they don't make those in that size anymore. So that's the last thing that would need to be done in this room. But we ran out of time with warm weather. That's why it's not done yet. But you can see the rest of the shower in here. It turned out so good. The tub is gorgeous. And then I'm going to show you what I did to put a seal around this. Now you can caulk around your tub, right, between the tub and the tile. And that's great and everything. But this one, don't ask me what they did, okay? But there was like a big gap in there. And there was no way you could caulk that and make that shit look good. So what I did was I caulked it, sanded it, made it look as good as I could. And then I put this flexible molding. Now you can get this from Amazon. I'll link it down below. I think it's still available. And there's three different styles of flexible molding in here, and I love this stuff. And it's got double-sided stuff on the back, and I'm telling you, it does not come off. I've used it in my dining room and my kitchen for a couple of trim pieces, and this one is just the braided looking one, and this of course is not coming off of this. It's absolutely fantastic. And then of course what I did was the clear silicone caulking underneath right there, and then on the top so no water can get back behind there. So this is waterproof. And it finished it off. I didn't have an ugly caulk line from, I don't know if the tile got chipped in there or something, but it just, oh my gosh, it looked terrible. So that was my way of fixing that to make it look good, okay? And then I'm going to come down here to the floor area because I want you to see what I did with the bathtub itself. So the bathtub has this beautiful curvature on either side, right? just typical for an old tub. Oh, here comes my cat Radar. Hi, Radar. And then down here, I just got a higher piece of that moldable trim that looks just like the baseboard trim. It's just a little bit lower. Obviously, two different companies. So the baseboard trim is that, I believe that's the polystyrene from Menards, which is great. You don't have to paint it, and you just throw it up with some like the Loctite all-purpose adhesive caulk, right? No nails, no nothing, and of course it's on tile, so it looks fabulous. So I put this on because it molds around the curvature of the tub, right? This is floating wood floor in here, so obviously you've got to give it room to move, and there's room to move. And then right on the top of that, I did my clear silicone, so if water drips over the side of the bathtub down onto that, it will not get down underneath that and then get underneath the vinyl flooring. Now, the vinyl flooring in here is the same stuff as out in my kitchen. It is the Smartcore, I believe it's Shaw's, isn't it? Yeah, Shaw's, I think. Smartcore flooring, of course, it's waterproof. This is exclusive to Lowe's, and this one is one step up. It was just a little bit more expensive. I think this is the Pro Series, because I wanted this specific color, so I had to get that one, which is fine. I think I used like couple of pieces past 2 boxes, so it was actually really cheap to put the flooring in here. And of course it's wall to wall, it's underneath the cabinet all the way to the wall, and it was just tile floor. So we put the Smartcore underlayment underneath this, even though you don't have to. This just helps also if, like, now it doesn't matter in this house because what's underneath this house is a crawl space, but that will also help noise reduction. But because it is crawl space, even though there's insulation and I got the outside vents closed, this does help keep the floor warmer on your feet. And that, of course, to me is important in a bathroom because I want to be warm and cozy in my bathroom when I'm in there. I don't want to be freezing my ass off, okay? And so, yeah, that's the flooring. Isn't that gorgeous? I'll turn another light on in here. There we go. And now you can see that. It's like that honey color. And I'll try and link that down below with the color in case you're interested in that. And the reason I did that color is because it matches very close to the hallway here. And that's a different flooring out here. And I'll talk about that in another video. And then I just wanted to show you, of course, the toilet. Yay, look, a toilet. And the toilet was yellow. It was an elongated one. And there's just not enough room width-wise in this bathroom, okay? Now, this one is a standard size, and I love it, and it's a great toilet. And this one, of course, was from, I think, Menards, and it's an Elger, and it was like 150 bucks. Great toilet. And then I just wanted to show you my floor vent, because I did put these in my house where you can see the floor vents from the regular standard metal ones, you know, with the metal with the slots on them. They're very ugly. And if you get condensation on your vents from your air conditioning in the summertime, I do on 2 of mine. So what I wanted to do was solve that problem, because the paint on those would chip all the time. It gets rusty and it starts chipping and it looks like crap. So I bought these, and these are not painted. It's just that you can get them in different finishes. This one happens to be like a brushed chrome, but it almost has a goldish color to it. And you can get different styles of that pattern in there. And I love this because it's very vintage to me. It almost has, to me, a little tinge of Art Deco, which I absolutely love. And then the vent, you know, underneath it where you open and close it, you guys, is plastic. What's great about that is the damn thing doesn't rattle and it doesn't rust, okay? And they are not much more expensive than those other ones. And you can get these at your hardware stores for the most part. Mine you can get at Menards. And then I did get a couple at Amazon before I realized you could get them at Menards. So you could probably find them at Home Depot and at Lowe's. All right, so now I'm just going to back up a little bit so you can see my lights here. Now I'll turn these lights off so you can see what they actually look like without that reflection. See how cute those are? And these are very affordable. I did get these on Amazon. I will link those down below if they're still available. And I could not get anything that stuck out too far because, again, very small bathroom. Even though they are over my bathroom sink, I didn't want them sticking out like 8 inches because that's, to me, that wouldn't have looked good aesthetically. And that increases the chances of me, of course, knocking my head into one of those. if I'm not paying attention. So I got the more lower profile, I call them. And they're not low. I'm just saying they don't stick out from the wall, you know, like way out here like some of them do. Okay, so you just work with what you got, right? And then the mirror is a beautiful beveled edge mirror. See how gorgeous that is? Isn't that beautiful? Okay, and that came from Amazon. That I think was under $100. You can hang it horizontal or vertical. And because I have such low ceilings in this house everywhere, including this bathroom, and because the light fixtures are so far apart from each other because of the width of the sink, I definitely wanted to put this thing horizontally, and I hung that up myself. It's super light, super easy to hang up, and it worked out great. So I'll link that down below in the description box. Came from Amazon. And then my vanity here with the countertop, you buy that as a set. That actually came from Menards. All right, so there we go. Isn't that gorgeous? So it's got the middle cabinet, of course, and then it's got like a drawer here, okay? And then it's got doors at the bottom that look like they're drawers because it's got the two panels. See that? And what I love about that too on this cabinet is it's got the soft close and the soft close in the middle. The only thing I did was I changed out, I put on my hardware, my glass crystal knobs, because it comes with brushed nickel, and I do not like brushed nickel. That's just not my thing. Okay, and then the top, this is a European porcelain vanity. That's what they call these. This sink comes in 3 different sizes. This is, I think, the 44-inch or something like that. And I needed it to do that. I couldn't have it shorter because the plumbing does not come out from the wall right behind this faucet. It comes out way over to the left. And if you would have seen how they had that cobbled together before, oh my gosh, it was a hot mess. So this was my solution to that problem, and it worked out great. And then the faucet, this is Delta, beautiful chrome vintage style faucet, and it swivels, which I love. And this came from Menards. I think it was like $85, something like that. And then I'm going to pan up above so you can see. I'll flip the lights here. There we go. And there's my new ceiling light combination ceiling fan, bath fan. And my electrician put that in. He also did he put the new light fixtures in on either side of the mirror. And the one on the left had to be moved. So that's why I had the electrician do it, because I don't typically mess with electricity. And this vent fan light came from Menards. It was like $150. And it's a Hunter though, and it's beautiful. And it's very quiet. But the cool thing is when you do have it on in here, you do not get any steam on the mirror. And I still get steam on my mirror in my bathroom, even though there's a ceiling light bath fan fixture thing in there. So I don't know what the deal is with that one, but this one works excellent. And it's very retro looking, and it matches with everything else in here, because everything in here is like gold and silver. So silver for all of the accents, but then look at the gold paint on the walls. This came from Menards, and I'll try and link it below the brand. I just have to go and look to see what that is, but it's a metallic paint, and you buy a special brush to put on the second coat, and it gives it that metallic look. And I love how that turned out, because these top walls are just like a paneling. One side was painted green, the other side was painted tan, and I just wanted to do this bathroom very vintage, very retro, and I love how it turned out. This print is from the thrift store. I think it was like $3. Perfectly fit that space. And then this light fixture, isn't that cute? That's original, and it's got a little pull chain, and of course it works. And so I wanted to leave that there as the original fixture in this room. Okay, and then I'm just going to get over here on the left side of my cabinet, and I'm going to kneel down so y'all can see my little shelves. So there was a couple of little shelves built in over here, but they were about 3 inches deep, and they were falling apart. Oh my God, they were just crappy looking. And so what I did, let me get another light on in here. What I did was just take some of those pre-finished. You can get them over by the shelving section at Menards. You can probably find these at Home Depot and Lowe's. And then you just buy them in different sizes, right? Different sizes, different depths, and then different colors. These are the white ones. You can get them in like the barn board. You can get them in like a whitewashed gray, you can get them in a brown, you can get them in like an oak color. And then I just cut them down to size to build out a little shelf to the left of the sink here. And then I finished them off with just some unfinished decorative trim from Menards. These are like a few dollars for like a 36-inch piece. I've got some on my bookshelves out there in the dining room as well, and I just love these. This one's got like the little beading on it. It's really, I can't explain what that looks like, but it's almost Greek looking to me, which I'm not into Greek stuff, but I just thought it would look good in here. And it hid where the shelves are put together, but it added more depth and dimension, I guess is what I'm trying to say, to these shelves. So don't be afraid to, you know, add some pizzazz to some of that stuff if you find it looks too, you know, too boring or too plain. And then of course everything that's decor in here is just thrift store stuff, 50 cents here, $1 there, candle from TJ Maxx, and then the garbage can, the little trash can down there. See how cute that is. Fits under there perfectly. That came from TJ Maxx. I'll link that if I can still find it. They might have it online. I don't know. I just picked it up at the store. So, but anyways, it was like $10. And then my little fingertip towel thing here, because I don't really have a place on the wall to put a towel holder. Again, very small bathroom, and then you got all the tile to contend with. But because I have this beautiful countertop, right, my European style porcelain countertop, I have all this room to put stuff. So I picked this up at Amazon, and it's sturdy, meaning you're not going to just knock it over by pulling the towel off. And then the little fingertip towel that came from TJ Maxx. And then this is just a vintage crystal jam jar. And I actually found this at a thrift store for $1. And that's crazy because I collect these. And these are hard to find sometimes. And I put in some, what is it? Some, that bath salt, the plain salt, whatever you call that. And I put in some lemongrass essential oil. And so you have a little salt scrub if you want to use that for your hands. And just some other little cute stuff. And then over here, I have a little shelf that I got from the thrift store. And you can see I have my, I do have an outlet here with my light switch. And then this is for the light and then bath fan separately from the new electrical install. And then a little crystal vintage lamp. I've had that for like 20 years. All I do is change out the lamp shade on it. It had a charcoal gray one. I changed it out to this pretty little beige speckled like one here. And I got that, I believe, at Target. And then my artwork over here, these are just thrifted frames from the thrift store, and the art that's in them, these are vintage Esquire magazines from the 50s. And all I did, let me turn that off, all I did was buy those at a antique shop. They were like $3, and you don't know what you're going to get in the package, and then you just go through it and, hey, this looks cool. So I've got this cute little pinup, and I just have a lot of fun with that. So I just wanted a very cool, I guess, old world glamour bathroom on a budget. And my vanity and sink, that was $600 some, I think. And then the 11% rebate was going on at the time. So I think it was like $588. So that was the most expensive thing in here. So this whole bathroom remodel all together, I think, was just under $1,500. And that's pretty good because to me it looks like a whole brand new bathroom. And of course the window will get replaced there in the spring. And I'll just show you, I have a couple of other little pieces down here, just some vintage and thrifted decor. All right, so that concludes my tour of my bathroom remodel on a budget. I hope you liked this video. Please give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and look forward to more videos on not just fashion, but lifestyle and some DIY. And I'm going to be remodeling my in-law suite out back and turning it into an Airbnb. So stay tuned. Thank you so much. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.